Hello friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is going to be a review video for 2018's Camp Death 3 in 2D. And this was a pretty cool movie, I thought it was, and this is brought to you by Matt Frames, because he pretty much is the director and writer and all that of this movie, and he pretty much let me watch the movie. He let me watch a screener, gave me a password and all that, so I can kind of check out the movie. So I really appreciate that. So thank you, Matt. And I thought this movie was really cool. It's a comedy horror movie with slasher elements, but mostly it's a comedy. But it does have a lot of cool spots in it where it kind of makes you think of these different slashers that you might have watched in the 80s. I guess you could have, it's like little hidden gems. You know, you're going to see a spot in the movie while, it's going to make you think of this slasher or this horror movie. And I thought that was kind of cool that they add all this stuff in here to kind of make it look like a bunch of different horror movies, a bunch of different slashers. And you can tell by the title they're kind of going for it. And even the mass picture up there above of the killer with the big sword-looking knife thing. And it kind of makes you think of Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. So you got Camp Death 3 in 2D. And like I said, there is no Camp Death 1 or 2. So this is kind of just, a spoof, a movie of its own accord. It's just a fun movie. It's got a lot of, like I said, hidden gems, like I said, about these different slasher movies. But then it also throws in movies like Star Wars. If you can figure that out, it's got like Star Wars and a slasher / comedy movie, but it does. It has a little bit of Star Wars in there. It's got a little bit of Caddyshack, where I believe it is Bill Murray's always trying to get that gopher that's on the movie. It's got a little bit of that in there, and it kind of throws light on that movie. It kind of makes you think of that one. It's kind of got some funny scenes, just some over the top, crazy, funny scenes. It's got a few spots in it that make you think of great slashers like Sleepaway Camp and The Burning, just crazy stuff like that. It's got a little bit of a nod, I noticed, to maybe Evil Dead, if I'm thinking right. I mean, just whatever fun horror movie that you enjoy from the 80s, Matt kind of puts a little bit of, I don't know if you could say his spin on it or something, just kind of get you to remember that movie in this one. But I thought that was kind of cool, and pretty much it's not a movie that's for everybody, because not everybody's going to, really like this. I mean, the comedy it's got some real funny spots in it, but a lot of it is just way over the top, just crazy comedy. And that's what I kind of enjoyed, I enjoyed about it. So it probably won't be for everybody, because not everybody enjoys the kooky, crazy comedy that's in this movie. It's just, what would I say, like the top of there says, what I'm filming, this movie is stupid. And I guess you could say it is stupid, but it's stupid fun, I guess you could say. That's what it should say. This movie is stupid. Stupid fun, because that's what it is. It's just a crazy movie. And like I said, I really enjoyed it. It's got a little bit of practical effects in there. It's got some pretty cool scenes. But then it's also got real cheesy, I guess, computer animated, some CGI going on. And this movie is so, what would I say, crazy and nutty, and as the thing up there says, stupid, that the lower budget CGI doesn't really affect the movie any to me, because it just adds to it. It just makes it cooler that it's got all this, a little bit of this crazy CGI, and it's got all this other stuff. So, I just enjoyed it for that. I thought it was cool. it might mess up other movies, but, when you're watching another movie and you see maybe a lower budget CGI and just something doesn't look right on the movie, but with this one's so over the top and so crazy, it doesn't really hurt it at all. It just goes with the movie. I mean, Matt could just say, that's the way I wanted it. I want it to be like that, and I wouldn't argue with him because this movie is so over the top and so crazy that, it just makes it cooler. This movie isn't going to be, it isn't out there for, everybody to watch. It's just for, I believe it's for people that really enjoy those great 80s slasher movies and 80s horror movies and just really enjoy over-the-top crazy comedy and just over-the-top crazy scenes, and you don't really know what's going to happen next because you don't really in this movie. As I sat there and watched it, and I just, I was like, what's going to happen next? What, where did that, what? You're almost, it's almost, you're almost at loss for words when you watch this movie because you don't really know what's going to happen, and when something does, you're like, what happened there? It's just a fun, crazy, crazy movie. I just really enjoyed it. That's what my tagline for this movie. This movie is crazy, crazy, weird. Crazy, crazy fun. And I really appreciate Matt for letting me watch his movie because I really enjoyed it. Thought it was cool. Like I said, it isn't going to be for everyone, but if you're a horror fan from the 80s and you really enjoy those crazy slasher movies that, pretty much I love and a lot of my friends on YouTube love, then you'll probably like this movie. If you're really like an over-the-top crazy comedy where you don't really know what's going to happen next, then I think you would really enjoy this movie. So it's just a very bizarre, crazy, fun movie. And if that sounds like a movie you want to see, then check out Camp Death 3 in 2D. Because like I said, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was fun. Thought it was over-the-top, crazy, crazy fun. And like I said, again, Matt, thank you for letting me see this movie. I really liked it. I thought it was cool, and I hope you get as much press as you can from this movie because you deserve it, man. Good job. And until next time, have a good one, and see ya.